So about 6 months ago, I ordered a Canopy camper off of Alibaba for my 1990 Toyota Hilux, and it's finally here, straight from China. Things are getting a bit wild now. I'm gonna go help him. It sounds like he's struggling with the pins. I don't know how this is gonna go, but he's willing to try. Oh, you're like almost gonna touch the door. The thing made it all the way from China to Canada without a problem, but getting it the last few miles to my house has been an absolute nightmare. This camper, it doesn't come assembled. It comes in 2 massive crates. And right now I have no idea if they're even gonna fit in my truck or if we're gonna be able to load them. So yeah, 6 months ago, I placed an order on this Canopy camper. It was fully built in China, and then it was loaded into a shipping container, crossed the Pacific Ocean, and now it's finally arrived in a warehouse near Vancouver. Originally, this was supposed to be easy. The manufacturer recommended going over there and they would load it onto a flat deck trailer, which is fine. Just go over there, load it up with a flat deck, no worries. But then everything started falling apart. The freight company told me they weren't able to load trailers or trucks due to safety concerns because their forklift had to stay inside the warehouse. They could only load commercial vehicles with a 42-inch deck height. So I started calling around, trying to find different freight companies to pick it up for me. But once they heard the dimensions, the weight, and how it had to be loaded, they backed out too. Then came the real problem. I only had 3 days to pick it up before the storage fees started kicking in. Which means today is basically my last day to pick this thing up. So here I am, 1 diesel pickup, a handful of straps and other various rigging gear, and a lot of hope. So at this point, I don't even know if it's gonna fit in the box of my truck or if they're gonna be able to load it. And I definitely have no idea how I'm gonna unload it when I get home. But one thing I do know is that we're not gonna give up until we overcome all those challenges. So it should be fine. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have purchased one of these Chinese Canopy campers or not. A Chinese Canopy camper, like a Go Fast or something like that. I just want to hear what your experience was, how it was picking it up, and how you've enjoyed actually camping in the camper itself, because I'm really curious to try this thing out and see how it all goes. On to new land. Here we go. This is where the camper got unloaded. So it showed up on one of those big ships from China in a sea can. They unloaded it and then it went to a warehouse in the city over here. That's where we're going to go pick it up. Okay, I'm just pulling up at the freight forwarder's warehouse here. I'm honestly a little bit nervous. I have no idea how this is gonna go or if they're gonna be able to even load me or what's gonna happen here. So wish me luck. I hope I can film a little bit of this, but I don't really know. The lower one over there too? Okay. Let's check it out here. Okay, here it is. Cool. So do you guys have a forklift here? So I was hoping to go in sideways this way, but there's a bin here, stairs here, so I'm gonna have to back in, and then we're gonna have to get a bit creative with the forklift. The guy is luckily really nice, and he's gonna He's gonna work with me here and try and help me get this thing loaded. So let's see how this goes. I don't know how much of this I'm gonna be able to film, but I'll do my best. How long will the forks on?
No, it doesn't have to be like to be fully full.
Right.
Have to like have a force to push.
So I convinced him to get the forklift extensions going. And now I've just rigged up a couple of slings there. So we should be able to fork it. I'm gonna go help him. It sounds like he's struggling with the pins. But yeah, I've just got 12-foot slings wrapped around and then a shackle on top. And then we're gonna try and put the fork right through, pick it up, and then drop it into the box of the truck. I don't know how this is gonna go, but he's willing to try. See how level that is. Yep. Yeah, you're off the weight now, so looking good. Yep. Very good. I would like to be on the outside of the rail, yeah. So we turn that way just a little bit. Yep, perfect. Straight ahead. Okay. Keep going a little bit more. Oh, you're like almost gonna touch the door.
And then I probably want to like drive forward a little bit because well, like not driving the truck forward.
Well, we've got less room to the end of the box than you have here. But I see what you mean, yeah. So
You can touch the door up a little bit.
yeah.
It should be us.
Okay, forward. Okay, you should be okay to start coming down now.
You want to be on your side a little bit.
Yeah, that should be good. We are freaking loaded, man. This one wasn't too heavy, so we just kind of lifted that one in by hand, but this one's like 400 pounds and it's almost 9 feet long, 5 feet that way, and then 10 inches wide. So bit of a load. That one's only 130 pounds. And you know, it's like whatever, 5 feet long, a couple feet high, 1.5 feet wide. So that one wasn't too bad, but I'm just working on getting it secured in here properly. I just have the 2 straps over top right now. But I did bring a bunch of wood, so I think I'm just gonna build some support braces quickly. I got a drill and some screws, and just build some support braces up to the sides, just so it's not wanting to teeter, because this thing's a bit of a wind sail, as you can tell. Go back here for some scale. Pretty crazy, but yeah, we got the thing. So big hurdle out of the way. They didn't really want to do it, but I said, you know what? Let's do some sketchy stuff with the forklift, man. It'll be all right. And if you're wondering why it has to be straight up like this, they told me specifically this. Fragile, keep up. So we kept it up. And it wouldn't even fit that way anyways, because this is like 65 inches that way, and the bed opening on this, my Ram here, is only 60 inches between there and there. So, had to be done. But yeah, let's get this thing a little more secure. Another strap over it, corner to corner, and then we'll do one around the back of it too, of course. All right, well, it's only sketchy if you look at it for too long, so I think we're gonna hit the road. We got 2 support braces on this side, screwed in. She's all strapped in, feels solid. Let's just do a quick total height check. Okay, we're sitting at 8 foot 2 inches. I got some guy in a box truck over there looking at me like I'm a freaking weirdo, and he's right. You're right. That guy's right. That's okay. Alrighty, let's hit the road for a little bit, and then we'll do a quick strap check shortly. I reserved for the 4 o'clock ferry, but it's only 12:20, so I'm really hoping I can slide my way on the 1 o'clock. But we're not gonna speed. We're gonna go the limit. Learned my lesson earlier. On a time crunch here, and Buddy busts out the measuring stick. Come on. I gotta go, man. Well, I'm on standby, so I guess that means we're maybe on, maybe not. We'll see. We made her on the 1. There's like 1, 2, 3 trucks behind me. Huh, unreal. 12:56, sliding on. Time to get this baby home safe. We're on. Forgot that this truck doesn't run on hopes and dreams like I do. Oh well. Made her to the co-op. Oh, and we're getting 19.6 miles per gallon. I think that's pretty good. I don't know. It's on tune 5, the 150 horse tune all the time. Cranked. So, yeah. Let's go fuel her up and head home. Now that I've finally made it home with the camper, we have to figure out how to safely unload all of this and then assemble it and put it on my Toyota. But first, let's talk about how we got here in the first place. So about 6 months ago, I started looking into these campers after the Go Fast campers caught my eye. But the price to get one of those in Canada is insane. Shortly after that, as the internet does, I was scrolling Instagram and an Alibaba ad popped up for one of these Canopy campers. I'll be honest, I didn't trust it whatsoever, but I bit anyways. After looking at it for a while, the seller seemed legit, so I decided to message them. And to my surprise, they were extremely responsive and answered all my questions and more. So I took the gamble and I went for it. It all started with taking all of the measurements off of my truck because this is a custom box that I built from scratch. They had no other truck to base the measurements off, so they had to fully make it off of the measurements that I took. So hopefully it fits. Once that was done, I opened up my wallet and I made the initial payment of $973 US, and then they started on the build process. I had a few more questions and some things that I wanted to add to the camper throughout the build process, and they were really good about doing all those things that I wanted, and they even kept me updated with like progress pictures and videos and all that. So it was really good to see it all kind of come together. And they even did some pretty crazy custom stuff to it, which you'll see once we get it out of this crate. Once this thing was all finished up, they sent me the final inspection report, and then I paid the remaining balance of $2,370 US for a grand total of $3,343 US shipped to Canada. Then a week later, I got a notification that it was loaded into a container, put on a ship, and bound for North America. I waited patiently for about 35 days until they told me that this thing made it into port safely. Then about 7 days after that, I was contacted by the freight forwarding company that it had arrived at their facility on a Tuesday afternoon, and that if I didn't come pick it up by Thursday, I was gonna start getting storage fees. Then it was the whole trailer and commercial 42-inch deck height debacle that we talked about earlier. So I called them, and then I managed to actually convince them to let us just try and load it into the box in my pickup truck. And as you guys saw from earlier, it worked out totally fine. And now we're here. Overall, this was a pretty long process, and realistically, this is just the beginning, because now we need to get this thing completely unboxed, assembled, and then figure out how to mount it to my Toyota Hilux. I also have some pretty exciting news about the company that built this camper for me, which might also be exciting for you guys that are interested in getting one for yourself. But all that exciting stuff is going to be on the next video. So stay tuned, stay wild, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Cheers, guys.